Sunday, everybody. Welcome to Girls
Yeah.
Needs Girls. Y'all are here like, wait a minute, Key. I only see one half of the dynamic duo. Just pause. Robin is being honored tonight at a gymnastics banquet, but she is going to be joining us. Okay. But without further ado, you guys have seen him in the chat, talking smack, repping the fellas, defending them with all, okay, with all the passion. Okay, he is my brother from another mother. He is Scott's bestie. Okay, they have a bromance for real, y'all. They really do have a bromance, and it's serious. But he is one of the
4 minutes in. 4 minutes in.
he is one of the best men in the wedding of the scripts. I want you guys to show some love by liking the stream and saying what's up to our very own Derek, DJ, the GOAT, James.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, baby, I'm really doing because it's my show.
Terrible.
What? Okay, defend yourself, right? Listen, it's all love here. Okay? I'm listening.
Of course. That's what we do. Yeah,
because
all right. It's okay to hate. It's totally okay to hate. It's 2023. We embrace the hate.
I'm hating. This is conversations that happen off camera, okay, with Scotty, with Derek, with myself, just because I am acknowledging how strong the bromance is hate. And they can never explain to me how I'm hating. Okay.
We don't point. See, it's a male and female thing. We as brothers, we don't point out when sisters is loving on each other. Right. But the second you get two brothers that embrace each other, we gotta, it's national news.
Oh, well, you know what, Derek, you kind of sound like wait to exhale, when he was about to get the peach stone. As soon as a brother like myself pay attention to a black woman, that's like that's the vibes I'm getting. But no, so let's get this thing started. I am going to start. Listen, hashtags have been submitted, and thank God the contest is over. Okay, as we journey to the Scripps wedding, which is July 8th. We now have an official hashtag for the wedding by our very own Miss The Room to Grow. Okay, she gave the hashtag Scotty's Heart Has a Key. That's me. Okay, peep the spelling. Okay, it's fire. I saw it and I felt all the bridal emotions. I called Bay from work. I was like, Bay, I'm so happy. Listen, I haven't felt bridal in a very long time. People don't tell y'all. I'm gonna do a show about that without Derek because I don't need, I need all my Robin energy when I go into that dialogue.
Right. Oh yeah, I'm not there for that.
No, you and Scott can just stay in the chat for me during that episode. But yeah, so hashtag Scotty's Heart Has a Key. She has been paid, okay, because the scripts we pay out when we stand by our name and we pay out. Okay, so she has been paid her $100 via Zelle. There were no fees, it wasn't nothing. Money cleared. Okay, it cleared. So congratulations and thank you so much for this hashtag. I can't wait to use it. We are registered on Bed Bath & Beyond, on Target and Amazon, or you can contribute via Honey Fund. If you need the spelling of either one of our names, DM me. I got you. Okay. And the last announcement here is we have 5 available tickets to the wedding. Y'all have asked. I'm saying, okay, babe, sure. So we have 5 slots available. That will include a +1. So 1 ticket, you get a +1. So 10 seats, those will be $100. We will start the raffle if you are interested. You could just DM Scott or I, and we'll go ahead and get you that Google form out. Okay. And, without further ado, our first Our first topic, y'all might have seen the thumbnail. Do you want this baby? Ungrateful date.
Mm.
What's the What's the
That do you want this baby, Mike? Woo! We gotta dig deep on that one.
The do you want this baby? Well, we got a video. We got a video because it would not be Girls Need Girls without context. So here we go. I'm gonna play the video for you, D. And we gonna talk about it, all right?
All right, let's get it.
Let's see. I'm gonna have to call tech support because your boy. Hey! The video is not playing. He gonna be like, "What'd you do?" Sorry, you guys, technical difficulties. See what happens when Robin not here. Say hi to the people. Okay. So Derek, let me ask you. I'll go ahead and we'll free throw while he's work. Yeah, he sabotaged the video pairs. Um. So, what made you boldly volunteer to come and be the first male guest on Girls Need Girls?
Well, being in the chat for the last probably since the first show,
Mhm.
shout out to my boy Scotty right there fixing the video. I'm here off, representing for Off Script Media Group. And
Oh,
that's first and foremost. Gotta represent for the company. But just to give a fun and different perspective on the things that we talk about.
on the things we talk about. So, what are your thoughts? What have your thoughts been? I'm interested now. What have your thoughts been on
Gets
Girls
pregnant?
Need Girls?
He tells her that he is not ready to
now, babe. On Girls Need Girls so
pregnant.
far.
He tells her that he is not ready to have a child. She still chooses to have the
Well,
baby.
Okay, so a lot of times we need to take accountability for our.
Okay, thank you. All of them. No. Oh, I don't upload nothing. So, okay. You can answer the question, Derek, and then we'll get back to the video.
it was the question.
The question was your thoughts thus far. We are what I think 2 months in
Yeah,
on Girls Need
probably about that.
Yeah,
Probably
because we
about that.
started in February. So, what have your thoughts been so far? I'm dying to know.
Well, listen. First and foremost, is great conversation that I look forward to every Sunday night.
Okay.
That's number one.
Okay.
It's good for us as a community to have these conversations just off the different topics because it's important from the things we've touched on, just like blended families to cheating to relationships. All these things are important for our community, and just to be able to give my perspective on it, it's been great.
It's been great. Okay. Okay. Just I like to do pulse checks. I know that Scotty has the infamous unfollow me ministry because he don't really care. So this is his thing. But I personally
Yeah.
like to do pulse. Yeah. Oh, I know you're gonna support your bro to the end. I know you're here for. Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm supporting you because it's true. The conversations that we had, if you and Robin are creating a space and environment to have these conversations. And just because you don't like, we've had to rip people up in the comment section that you've seen, like we've gone in on a couple people just ship them, get them out of here, man.
But you tell them to the front, ain't that you're saying? Like bring them to the front of the
right. Come to the front of the congregation. We need to
congregation.
Come to the front of the congregation.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, let's talk about this baby. Do you want this baby? I think we got it together. So let's see.
Gets pregnant. he tells her that he is not ready to have a child. She still chooses to have the baby.
Okay, so a lot of times we need to take accountability for our actions and our own choices. And so we both was messing around. We knew we weren't in a committed relationship. We knew nothing was going to come of it. You expressed to me already that you did not want to have a child or you did not want to take care of a child. At that moment, I have a choice. You can go down to the clinic. I don't know where y'all's is at. Ours is on 8th. Or you make that decision on being a single mother and knowing that this other party is not going to be there. So that anger is misplaced, like, because he was honest in the beginning. And it's hard sometimes to take accountability because we both did it, right? So you think we both should be in this, but the reality and the harsh reality is a man does have an opportunity to walk away, and you need to make the best decision for you and your child.
Yeah.
I think hope is a bad strategy. I hope he gets it.
Okay. All right, then you gotta start it. I see some comments. I see the ladies commenting. Okay. So as a man, your thoughts.
I do have a choice.
Okay.
I then lose that choice when I go into the situation knowing what we are both doing and how that situation goes. I think men sometimes get caught up in we were just messing around. Let's just, pop the pill the next day, and being guilty of it myself. I've done that. All right, night got out of hand. Go down to CVS.
Not out of hand.
I'm just calling it how it is. Things happen. But when it comes to the prospect of a woman getting pregnant, I think dudes fail themselves by not acting like that's not something that could happen. And it's a detriment on I agree with both sides. Men do have a choice, and as a man, the conversation should be both. I respect a woman's choice to choose. At the end of the day, it's her decision. Either way. But I do feel that the man should be consulted on it. The decision doesn't lie with him, but he should be consulted on it and not just be told, well, hey, I got pregnant, and then this is where we are.
I think one, I'll say this. I am not I'm not a fan of forcing somebody into a position. And I agree wholeheartedly. You do have a choice. Everybody has a choice. And if you try to, I'll use the word manipulate or force a guy to be a parent when they have verbally stated that they are not interested in that at that time, then you should take full ownership and responsibility of your decision and your choice to have the baby. Because if he doesn't want the baby, like, he can't, if the lady doesn't want the baby and the man does, she can go have an abortion, and your hands are tied as a man. Your hands are completely tied. So there's, you were like, you just carry it, and once the baby gets here, I'll take it. Like, you cannot force her to go to term with her pregnancy. And so I think, I've ran into men that have been in those kinds of situations, and I think that it's unfair. I think it's unfair to force anybody to be in that set of circumstances. Now, on the other side of that, I see here Ms. Glenn has said you have a choice: a condom, pull out, buy a plan B. And I know several people that are in existence today because the condom did not work. They were in that percentile, that chance of possibility. Plan B, the baby said, okay, plan B. And pull out game. You know, them back breaks, they don't be back breaking all the time the way they need to. You know what I'm saying? Them back
Hey, woo.
they be a little shaky.
That pull-out game is
And pull
woo.
out, you know, them back breaks, they get you. Because all it takes is a little bit, you know.
It's
Um,
tiny.
it's a tiny chance. And so I think that somebody said women control if they get pregnant. If she doesn't want to get pregnant, she'll be on birth control. She'll take Plan B and she'll get an
True.
abortion. I
That's
100%
true. It's
agree.
true.
I
But
agree 100%. Go ahead, D.
things happen. Things do happen. You know, too much yak, too many mimosas at brunch. You know, things happen. These things do happen.
You know,
I'm here for the realism. You know, I get it. We all protect ourselves in most cases, but situations like that are those one-offs, and it's kind of hard to predict. And
now see, D, I can't now right there. The protection, right? Because in my experience, right, I have ran into guys that are not always I'll say protection minded. I've run into a lot of guys that are risk.
Hold on, fairness. That risk takers, right? Here's the thing on as a man that has taken many risks in life. Many risks. It is always left to the woman's discretion.
Right.
I don't care what I do. I don't care if I'm getting that spot on your neck right. If you say no, then it's no. If she tells you gotta put that glove on, you gotta put it on. Now, if you manipulate, and it is manipulation, let's call it what it is, fellas. I know y'all not gonna like that. It's manipulation. You know, where you just come on, baby, just one time, just let me go in.
That's how y'all be talking.
It's manipulation, bro.
Uh-huh.
Manipulation. You know, we all guilty of it. It is what it is. But on a more serious note, if she says no, she says no. But if she plays game, then you know we all as men we do that, of course, because men don't like condoms. We don't.
And why is that? Like, what is that? I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna speak for no other man on this thread right now.
Yeah, go ahead. What is that? Your take on it?
For me, it's a mental block. It's an automatic mental block. For me, I know my F performance trash. Never call me again. I know. That's just me.
He said performance is trash. Listen, here go you. Look, here go your buddy. Here go your buddy. There you go. On that stuff. He on that stuff.
I'm just saying. I know for me, it's just like I'm not. It's not working to me at that point.
You done made it.
How y'all doing? Hey, DJ. Thank you for being with us tonight.
So, sis, I don't know if you caught the question.
Oh, I've been listening, baby. I was on the ride. Look, I know I had to be prepared when I came up here. Excuse my tardiness, y'all, but I had to, take care of some business. But I am abreast of the conversation. We trying to talk about who's responsible for keeping the baby and whether we should. Okay, I watched this video a couple of times. I watched it from two perspectives, right? I watch it from the perspective of the woman in the situation of the ball is kind of essentially is in their court I feel like in every angle because the woman bears the child, right? So it's really hard on us to be in that predicament in every single situation. So I'm looking at it from that perspective of being open, being vulnerable, being in that space to know that you have to make the decision regardless, whether the man is with you, whether the man is without you. It's up to you. Then on the flip side, I understand from the male's perspective, like they do have the ability to walk away, right? The only thing I don't like about that is I feel like it depends on the conversation that's held, right? Man, have a conversation with the woman saying, I don't want it. What are we going to do, right? I feel like sometimes we don't necessarily think about all the total options in these particular circumstances, whether it's, going to the clinic, like that young lady has said. She said her clinic was on 8th. But there's also other options, right? And it depends on what the woman wants to do. But if the woman, thinks about having a kid, like there's adoption, there's foster care, there's other sides that it's like you don't have to put yourself in a box for the woman's perspective. You don't always have to do that. You don't fit that. I don't want women to feel like they have to be placed with their backs up against the wall. Like, I'm out of options. I have to be a single parent. You don't necessarily have to. And a lot of people will have these misconceived ideas like, oh, you don't want your baby. That's why you gave it up for adoption. No, more so a lot of times is because in that moment, you're not prepared to be that child's parent. That child did not ask to be. You know what I mean? They did not ask to be here. So don't place them in this overcycled toxicity, right, of giving birth to the baby and having to force yourself to be the parent that you wasn't expecting to be prior to you having sex with the man. So don't try to force yourself to do that. And that is okay. I want women to understand it's okay, because I have 2 older brothers. They're both adopted. And I know for a fact that their life, was more beneficial with their adoption family, my parents, than if they would have stayed with their biological parent. Because at that time, their biological family was not ready. Their parents were not ready. Single parent, like eight kids. My brothers have like 10 siblings. So I think I feel like the conversation definitely has to be like transparent, understanding your options. Now, from the man, I'm not gonna hold you. If I was a man in that predicament and I didn't want it, that would be the only option, is to walk away. Like, what is there else to do outside of, again, trying to force yourself to be the parent that you don't want to be? It's a slippery slope, and it's hard to kind of come to a grasp on it. But I don't know. I feel like the women have it much harder than the men. Any time, any era, any angle, the women always have it harder in this.
Absolutely, the woman, because it's the woman's choice at the end of the day. Of course, that's going that not say anything else off. What I will say as a man, men that walk away, it's like, for me, how can you lay down with that woman? Mm-hmm. You know the consequences when you lay down with somebody. Mm-hmm. So how is it always on us to go, well, damn, I don't want the kid, so why don't you just go to Chop Shop and go take care of that? It's never. I feel for the women in the situation because they never afforded that option. It's, oh my God, what am I going to do? How am I going to figure this out? Then they may come to that conclusion, but she's going. It's just well. I'm not ready to be a dad. Well, I'm one of those guys that think, well, listen, if you laid there with no glove and then went in there, how you gonna walk away from your responsibility? Then you got to add on majority of the time, not majority of the time, a lot of situations you get, dude gets caught up with a side chick. He don't get that information. Like, there's some very drastic scenarios out there. Like, I know for me, and full disclosure, when I was 19, I was with my significant other at the time. She got pregnant. I was of the same mindset. Oh my God, I'm 19, working a bum job. How am I going to take care of this baby? Right. Looking at it now, I'm so glad I didn't have to go through that situation because I was not ready. And I would have failed that child. I'm not going to say like how I was failed, but I saw the same cycle was getting ready to repeat itself. And it didn't. And it benefited me in a lot of ways. I was able to, go to school, get a good job, and build my life the way I should have in the beginning, outside of thinking with the head I'm not supposed to think with instead of this one. Because it's always sweet when you in love. Oh baby, I love Smokey in the background. It's all we don't think about that.
Yeah.
You don't think. You just that eye. She caught my eye. She did that thing, and here we are.
Them gazy eyes. So EA is in the chat.
Yeah.
EA said, so what about women manipulating men to not use condoms because it doesn't feel good and taking her word she's on the pill?
You run that risk. You run that risk. You know you don't like condoms. You gonna listen to her and go, oh, I'm on the pill. So you just gonna go up there and shoot the club up? No, brother. No. I don't feel for those dudes.
Okay, but with DJ, I have a question for you though. Let's say woman, okay, now I'm flipping the scenario to kind of make the point here. But let's say woman asks man, you gonna wear a condom? Man says yes, right? In the middle of them having their little do, man takes condom off. Does the woman in that situation, is she understanding the risk prior to them actually, having sex? Does she understand the risk that a man may potentially take his condom off during sex?
Well, twofold. And if he takes the condom off, does he have permission? You don't take if you don't. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm one of those guys where it gotta be concrete what it is.
Okay.
Like I said that I've been one of those men that have convinced women otherwise. Like, hey,
okay, but go ahead, Q.
No, see, because earlier, Robin, before you jumped in, it was manipulation, but
not he trying to be nice.
Because Scott put in the chat, I like to call it convincing. Manipulation is
right.
I was the man that used the Jedi mind trick on a woman and just, hey, this condom is no good for you. And then
hi, little mama.
Hey, and I get that, but see, that's where I'm like, how is that different? Oh, the baby. Speaking of talking about babies, but how is that different? How is that different from the other scenario of a man asking a woman, is she on birth control? And she lies and says she's not. How is that different, I guess, from the viewpoint of like manipulation versus the line of they're running the risk? Because I feel like both scenarios are very manipulative and very wrong. And I don't think that is the risk that is necessarily perceived or should be perceived, is my point. So I'm like, where do you feel like you got to draw the line between the two?
See, listen, again, you gotta have clear lines going in. Now, if you say, oh, I'm not on birth control, and you know you're not, that's pure manipulation. That's she's foul. And there are women that do that. But I'm speaking of the, like I said, because the communication has to be there, and women do have boundaries.
I'm gonna say this.
And
I'm sorry.
You can't go.
I think what you're saying in principle and in theory is absolutely amazing. But in reality, especially in these types of situations, how often are we really taking the time to have those conversations? It always sounds good, like in these forums, to be like, oh, you know what, we really need to talk. Really
but what about them drunken nights? We all done had a little douce, a little
Right. I said before you came on. Now, if
Yeah.
you're talking to me too much yak and too many mimosas, there's not much conversation going on. But then that's on the adults at that point. Listen, don't let a drunken state ruin your next 18. You be mindful of the choices that you're going to make. That's not to say, I've never been drunk and laid up with somebody, but be smart. If I know if I'm laid up with somebody, I'm drunk. You know what? Yo, here's $50. Things got out of hand last night. Let's go to CVS.
Well, you better hope that in that moment that young lady is able to take the $50 item, because some women's bodies reject the $50 item. So you just got that's another thing.
That's a different kind of a different scenario if your body is, because that's more like science. I'm making the mental wherewithal to go, hey, all right, last time got out of hand. All right, cool.
Right.
Now, anything biological after that point has to be discussed, because that's a whole nother situation.
Right. I get that. Okay. You 10 toes down. You gotta be strong with your point now.
All right, so I'm gonna pull up this comment. So Mike said, if you have sex with a chick for more than 45 days, she's gonna expect for you to go raw, or else she's gonna assume that you're still hitting the other chicks. A woman said this to him. Oh, I would love to hear your. Go ahead.
Yeah, you got the floor.
I've heard something similar to that. Yeah, like if that sounds about right. Back in my golden days, when I was out there, driving around like Batman, I run into situations like this, where you get with a chick, things happen, and then 30 days later, I'm getting calls. I'm getting calls about, hey, why you not with me? Are you out with other? Like, whoa, hold on. Since we just cool. Yeah, just cool. There's no relationship. There's no. Now that's another problem. That's another toxic trait.
Yeah, see, that's what
it is. I know it's a toxic trait. Listen.
He said he knows, so at
we
least
all know.
But you know what? I'm not blaming it on you. I'm not blaming it on the men, because I look at it like this, right? Partially, like, I feel like it's like one of those things. Like, I feel like it should be frowned upon, but it's not a punishable crime. That's my mind, right? It's like
she said it's a parking ticket. Just pay your fine and go on.
I'm saying, because if he has not communicated to you that you guys are together, a couple, you're his lady, you're his girl, and you are under the assumption that you are something, because in our women brains, it's like, oh, but I bought seasonings for his cabinet. Oh,
and that purchase comes from the heart. You hit that,
girl, because I needed something. He told me to add it to his Amazon shopping cart. Because girl, we was laying in bed and then his phone had went off, and then he had told me like, "Bae, who calling?" Because he called me bae.
Right.
And I was like,
my man. Yeah.
And I'm of this, ladies. Let me just speak real clear. Okay. Don't be like Tyrese. I don't know if y'all remember that episode. Okay?
Oh no, don't bring my man into that.
No. Let me get my shades, because they right here. Okay. Well, they're not mine, but don't make me pull out the shades. Listen, don't be a Tyrese. Listen and pay attention. Get your discernment level up, okay? Just pray, ask God to take off the blinders or something. Allah, whoever it is you talk to, You know, on this channel, we believe in Jesus the Christ. But
personal savior.
yes, you know what I'm saying? But if that's not who you serve, you know, that's your business, that's your prerogative. Get your discernment up. And I'm saying this, ladies, I don't care how long you laying in that bed next to him. I don't care how many positions he put you in. I don't care how good he was down there doing what he was doing. We got kids, so I'm going, you know, safeguard my words. I don't care about how well the Mandingo was doing what it needed to do for you. I don't care if you didn't even know you could get that spot hit like that. If he has not claimed you, because some of these brothers, I'm not going to point any elbows or say any names or pull up any comments, but some of these brothers are experts in the lovemaking situation. You know what I'm saying? They went to school for this. You know what I'm saying? They know how to please you. You know,
look, they are strong mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually.
They'll get you in that bed and have you sitting there like, oh, wow. You'll be sitting there walking, and the memory of them will be with you tomorrow. Okay? Don't fall for it, ladies. If they have not claimed you, listen, sir, you keep our business out the chat.
I don't even know why you put that up there, Q. No, put it down.
Okay, you keep our business out the chat, Mr. Scott. Okay, because I would hate to have to revert to some of my old Midwest days, but ladies, don't let it fool you. Okay, these glasses will come off. Okay, so hallelujah. Yeah, in Jesus' name. Let me say this, lady.
We can't go there, because listen, as a man in the words of my God sister that has,
I'm not even gonna be able to keep my glasses on. Go ahead.
Go ahead and put the shades on, boo. Put them on your forehead, just so you can make sure you can put them down at a reasonable time.
Hey, I already feel it. Go ahead. I'm listening.
As a man, in the words of my God sister, as a man that has pressed the button in the back plenty of times on a woman, plenty of times, that has destroyed lives.
Okay.
It's a part of life. It's one of those things that you just got to go through. Like, listen.
What is? Be specific.
Yeah.
Specific with an SP. Specific. Be specific.
With capital SP? All right. As a man, when you are out here going through, your objective is to keep them coming back, regardless of the lies that you are spewing. It's a part of it. Some women do the same thing. We honestly have to have an honest conversation about this, because Robin, when you were talking about a couple of weeks ago, when you had your other man and you was doing it all for him, right? What was he giving you back that made you
annoyance? Oh, I'm sorry that I needed. What's the question? One more time.
Yo.
No. In all honesty, if there was something that he gave as far as a benefit,
right. But what I'm saying, so good D wasn't getting him by.
No.
I'm sorry for him. There's some brothers out here, good D could get you by. We you fold it like a pretzel a couple times.
But the thing is, DJ, I feel like that is true.
My shoes.
Well, here's my thing. It depends on the person though, because I never have been the person to be put in a position where the D was so good, I became what we call digmatized.
For saying it, girl. You know so bad, but these kids.
I know. I'm gonna say it for keep your earphones in, baby.
Yeah.
But that's like I've never been that person. So for me, I didn't have those issues because I looked beyond that. Now, do I know people that have been? Absolutely. And you're absolutely right. I feel like to an extent, there is a level that women kind of have to go through separating and discerning, as my sister Key had beautifully said, the difference between allowing the guy to control that aspect of y'all's relationship and then you just being stupid. Because that line, y'all got to discern between the two. Because the women that are in that nature that allow men to do that to them, something's already wrong with them. Period. And a lot of times, and here's my thing, even if there's something that's not wrong with you, you have allowed too much where it's your time to sit back and take accountability of your own actions and don't put it on the man that, oh, it's the man that did this and that to me. Let's take a step back now. Cause sis, you knew the signs. This
is the conversation.
Come on now.
I'll say this, and we will move on.
This is just a conversation.
45 minutes. We got 2 more topics, but I'll say this. Listen, ladies, I am not the woman that gets Robin, can you say the word for me again?
Stigmatized.
Thank you. I'm not that girl, okay? And that's partially because I had best friend, okay, schooling me as a young whippersnapper about men and a game and how they pay attention. Oh, I see Robin's face. She ready? What's cat, Mike? She want to know what's cat.
You know,
I already know.
You read my mind.
So I will say,
that, bro. Let me know.
Eric, you are right to an extent. There are women who have the Delilah effect, if you will. Okay,
ooh, good time.
They can use all of their womanly charm to woo you in, but 9 times out of 10, in my personal opinion, women get Robin
stigmatized,
right, and they go to a level of crazy. Men may get hooked, but y'all do see, women go crazy, men do dumb stuff. That's the difference.
No.
You're outvoted. I'm just playing, friend. Go ahead.
Nah, there's a difference. Like when a man gets that real good sweet nectar, there's a lot of things he will do when he gets that sweet nectar up and just got. It goes. That crazy goes both ways.
No, normal. I don't think that's as common.
No,
I don't think
it may be cases. Yeah, but the commonality is
for a woman to turn crazy, men do dumb stuff.
Yeah,
i.e. Tyrese. But nonetheless, we're gonna move on.
Get off of my
we go on. Okay, so the next video here, and our next question is, can you be an ungrateful date? Okay, let's see.
Word, right?
I do keep my word.
You do not keep your word.
Dinner.
So that means what? You do not keep your word, right?
I do keep my word.
You do not keep your word.
If I didn't keep my word, if I didn't keep my word, how would I keep
you don't have it? Just say you don't have it.
I absolutely have it.
Actually tell me and have me expect maybe, okay, I don't have it, I'm gonna cook something cute for her, she might like it. No, but you haven't come over here expecting we're going somewhere and we're not actually going. I don't like that. I don't. I can have do more for me than what you want to be. No.
Well, guess what? No, you're with me right now, okay?
I'm with you right now.
Yes, we are on a date right now.
Exactly.
They didn't make the cut, and I did.
Right? I'm with you right now.
They must have not did something right. I didn't lie to you about anything.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
You told me we was going to the Capitol Grill.
And we will go to the Capitol Grill, but I decided to cook for you this time.
I need you to stick by your word.
I
no,
do.
You're not.
I always stick by my word.
No, you're not. No, you are not.
You were just over here complaining. You haven't even had one bite of this food.
I don't want to have.
You haven't even taken one bite out of it.
I expected to have.
Wow.
I expected more.
You shouldn't be expecting stuff so early on.
You shouldn't be lying to me so early.
I didn't lie.
You shouldn't be lying to me so early.
I didn't lie about anything.
I'm here for a reason, right?
This is the second date.
I'm here for a reason, right? I'm here for a reason, right?
Because you want to be here.
I expected to go to the Capitol, the grill. Okay, I want to go out. I don't want to stay in. Okay, you should have told me that. You should communicate.
I communicated
like
with you.
Men too, like y'all
Exactly.
don't communicate. Y'all want to say that y'all have so much, y'all don't. I can really like pull up and take you where I need to go for real.
Why don't you go with them then?
Okay.
Why don't you go with them?
You're right.
Since they are so much better than me, then why don't you go with them?
Being better. It's about them keeping the stack and you keeping the zero.
I kept it. This is my house. I own this house. Okay.
You own this house?
Yes, I own this house.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you. And I decided to
own the house. You can keep your word too.
I absolutely can.
So like you signed the lease, the mortgage. You can.
You are ungrateful. You are ungrateful.
I'm not ungrateful.
You're ungrateful.
You are a liar.
You are ungrateful. I didn't lie. I ain't lied about nothing. You're ungrateful.
You're false. You probably is.
Forget it. Just you know what? Yeah, just forget it. Just give me my food back. Yeah, give me my food back. I will cook it for another woman. That she'll be appreciative. Because you know what? You ain't the woman for me.
I'm gonna have to think on
that. Yeah. You do that. You do that.
It was her still holding the fork for me.
I mean, wasn't she holding it?
He held on to that fork. Like, that was the last fork she gonna see. Cause what?
What? I got a headache.
A whole headache. Now, okay, I'll tell y'all this. One, I'll never my words, because
Ooh, you like, what was you about to say? Ooh.
Because it brought me back to a time. No, I'm just saying. But no, I've never been this ungrateful for anything in life, whether it's a date, whether it is, between friends, family, whatever. So I don't even know how that feels, because I'm telling you, a lot of these people, they got their complexes already and they showing it. Y'all better listen. But I have had a date where I was expecting one thing and got something else, right? And in that moment, I will be honest, I was a little annoyed, because what I was expecting to do, and it was not even anything material, it was a place to go. Very similar to what this lady, I guess, was trying to portray. And I was so excited for this place. Like, genuinely, I have wanted to go. And y'all, if you want to know, I really wanted to go to Sugar Factory. I was dating this guy and I wanted to go to Sugar Factory so bad. Told him how bad I wanted to go to Sugar Factory. I said, look, they got reservations. I laid it out, y'all. Right? Come time to the day. No, we didn't go to Sugar Factory. We didn't even go out to eat. Okay, it wasn't cooked, wasn't anything. We was sitting in here like, what we finna do? Oh, and the excuses was falling. Oh, I tried to do this, I tried to do that, but I couldn't. In that moment, I was annoyed, because not only did I not get what I had anticipated and expected, and I essentially asked for, I didn't get anything. In this particular situation, right? And that would be the only thing that I would say that I understand to an extent of the frustration and annoyance if you were expecting something and you got something else. But this is completely different, because one says he cooked for you. I cook for me. I love a good chef. Chef Boyardee for me, because I just love that. I feel like it means more, right? Then for you to have all this to say and not get up, like, I don't know how he stood there that long. Like, after she would have had the little attitude, go ahead and take my plate and you can go. Because it sounds like this is beyond, we not going to Capitol Grill. Now you're trying to compare me to your friends. Now she's adding on extra stuff. I don't like that at all. So I think ungrateful doesn't even do her justice. She is spoiled rotten. Apparently.
She's not even that.
Brother Derek, go ahead.
Where do I begin with this?
Anywhere.
This nuisance of a woman that we just played. First of all, I'm gonna need her to have better steak etiquette. Capitol Grill is not the upper echelon of steakhouses. That's like going to Fridays. If you are a steak eater, that's like going to Fridays.
Okay.
She said, you said we were going to Wolf games. All right, brother. You skimped out. What you cooked the home cooked meal for? Capitol Grill, He gave you. Capital Grill was on the plate. Mm-hmm. I'm not mad at it. And he had Kool-Aid in the wine glass. I'm not mad at that. Mm-hmm. That's what I was focused on in the video. I paid her no mind because she was just, that's.
Okay, so we have Reese who said, I think everyone is missing the point. He made it seem like they were going on a date, like leaving the house, but he lied and
We don't know that. We don't know that.
I was
not know that. So we're not gonna do it. Nope. Nope. We're not gonna do that. Nope.
Okay, so we don't have all the context of the previous conversations and expectations that were laid out. For me personally, I feel like, and again, I am using my words consciously, I feel like she showed signs of being materialistic because she was so unimpressed with any effort. And when you are not even willing to have a conversation, I understand that you may have been disappointed. But the disrespectful manner that she was going at him and then disregarding, because there came a lot of comparison. This man just told you he owns a house. And I've run into guys that have money, friends, let me say that, right? I have a lot of guy friends that, they make good money. They will test women, right? And say they may work at Walmart. Do you want to go to Applebee's? Not because they can't afford to take you to Wolfgang Puck, not because they can't afford to take you to a very fancy restaurant, Little Alley Steakhouse here in Atlanta, if you like that, you know what I mean? Something like that. But simply because they want to know, do you like them for them? Just like women, we want to know if a man likes us for us, and how we judge it is how quick is he asking to get in our panties. That's how women judge. Right. And I'll say this, by her demeanor, you own a house, I'm gonna kick it. I'm a little disappointed that, excuse me, my eyes are watering. I'm a little disappointed that, we didn't go to Capitol Grill. You had told me that. I don't like being let down. I prefer to keep your word to me. That's what's bothering me about this situation. There was no level of maturity that she had taken. And what I saw him demonstrate was maturity. His tone was calm. He kept offering explanations, and she kept rejecting them. And that made her appear to be ratchet. That made her appear to be materialistic. That made her to appear to be a user. And why are you comparing yourself to your friends? Because let me say this. Your friends and their relationship handle things typically very different than they advise you. You can sit there and be like, you know what, girl? He said this to me, and I saw him hearting under some girl's thing, and you be like, I just ain't like that. And your friend would be like, girl, you know what? If he was my man, girl, I would have checked him. I would have checked him, and I would have screenshot the girl, because you ain't gonna be talking about me. And listen, that same friend will run into that situation or currently be in that situation, and be like, Smokey on Friday. I'll be quiet. He leave. I'll be talking again. And so I'm like, don't allow your friends to be the detriment of your relationship or potential relationship. A lot of women, I feel like, we may not be able to get past that talking stage. I don't even get me started on the word terminology. On the talking stages, because we have too many people in our ear, and you trying to be exclusive, but you got so many mouths telling you what they would or would not do. You need to check that. And listen, the foolproof advice that I would say is, if you're trying to get in a relationship with somebody, man or female, go to the sex that you trying to go to, that gender, and talk to them. Because I would go to, well, I mean, I met Derek after Scott, but you know what I mean, Derek pretty cool, you know what I'm saying? So I would have gone to Derek, like, you know what, I met this dude, he said da 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 da, and hope that they weren't besties, you know what I mean? And the advice would be like unbiased.
Oh man, slander.
But you know, thank God I had Mike, you know what I mean, to school me, to offer that insight and that advice. You know what I mean? If guys, if you're trying to talk to a lady, talk to a woman about a woman, because she'll be able to decipher whether they be like, you know what, she's giving these kind of vibes. I would be careful of that. Test her by this. And she did to me, in my opinion, she did display some ungrateful tendencies. That's just my take.
Yeah, we can't argue with riffraff out here. Just argue with yourself, okay?
My thing is why? How did it get so deep when that was only their second date? That's what I know that for a fact. That was said in the video. That was her second date, and you getting that buck with somebody that you really don't know for real. Like, you really just kind of met this man, unless y'all was just cool before. And they don't give me the vibe that they've been knowing each other prior to the first date. They look like they just met each other, and then second date, and then you got beef.
Sorry, y'all. Yeah, I'm over here fixing.
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't get that.
She's one of those women that got it messed up out here. She thinks Capital Grille is her way to the next level. Unfortunately, it's not. And like, another fun story. When I was actively dating, I would openly tell women, listen, when we go to a steakhouse, we're going because I choose to go to the steakhouse. You are benefiting off my want to go seek steak. You order what you want. I don't care. Just know, we could have done this at Mickey D's. We could have done this at Fridays. But I decided to do it here. Just because the level of restaurant, that don't get twisted.
Right.
Because you could potentially be out of here at the end of the night if I don't like what you like. I'll spend the $400. That ain't nothing, but I can spend it and just go, all right, tax write off. See you later.
Yeah, that's true. I want to touch on what Mr. Kirk said one more time. Because listen, when I first saw the video, Keely, you know what I said? I said, listen, if it's because it looked like Hawaiian Punch in there. I said, because if it's Hawaiian Punch, and y'all know Hawaiian Punch is.
I was looking at it.
Listen, if that's what the case is, yes, get on him now, because that's nasty. Why do you have Hawaiian Punch in a wine glass? DJ, that's disrespectful. It's disrespectful.
No, it fit the moment. She was not worthy of wine.
It fits the moment. No. Hot Hawaiian Punch, bro. I want you to go get a Hawaiian Punch from your local grocery store. Don't put it in the refrigerator. Don't put it in the freezer, and don't put no ice on it. And I want you to drink it.
I tell you why. If Hawaiian Punch fit the moment because of how she was acting.
But he already had it there prior to her acting.
Hold on, sis. I got you. Yo, if we could go back to the evidence, there was no butter on the steak. There was the mashed potatoes.
This wasn't Capital Grille, bro.
Oh my
God. Like, there's no butter on top of the steak. Come on, that wasn't gonna go nowhere. He's just like, yo, you know what? I really don't feel like going out tonight. So I'm just gonna bring her over. I got some steaks. I'm gonna throw on this grill. I made some quick mash. You know, with the ones you rip open, pour it in the bag. No, there was no thought put into that meal.
You got to look. That's it. Paris, it is okay. He will corroborate your story.
Absolutely,
100%.
Literally,
I am Harry.
Literally,
Harry. That is DJ. Yes.
Listen.
That's crazy.
Right, what?
All right, listen. Oh, I'm here for the
So,
church.
like, yo, you thought he was doing what?
Oh my God.
You
Okay.
thought he was doing what? No, baby, he wasn't doing that. No, he was with me.
He was.
That's me.
Yeah, that is you.
Funny.
So speaking of people and intentions and how they should be. Okay, and Shelby, yes, because that's where I'm at. The man can cook. Can we get a little grace?
Well, it looked good. I don't know how it tastes, but it looked good. So
it looks good.
It did.
Right.
So, hallelujah.
He messed me with the Kool-Aid, but he good. He good.
Yeah, the Hawaiian punch was a little
nasty.
I have a water.
Yeah. A wine. Y'all are adults.
Water.
See, and that's why even if he went and got an $11 sweet bitch, you'd have been all right.
Oh yeah, that wine.
Yeah.
Right. Just go get a little quick $10 bottle, bro.
Let's see. All right, so now we're gonna call to the front of the congregation, Brother Derek.
Uh-oh.
Okay, we got somebody.
Who's coming to the front of the congregation?
He's coming to the front of the congregation because we gotta hear it.
Yeah, give me that, girl, give me. Hey, girl, you look so fine. Then, girl, done the chat, bend your back and wine. Yeah, come for that, give me that one time. Yeah, give me that, girl, give me. Hey, girl, you look so fine. Then.
Now, for context, he is married with 2 children. Married with his 2. I'm sorry, one more time. Married with 2 children. Now, floor is yours.
I gotta take this one.
Oh yeah. You're starting.
Oh.
Yeah.
I can handle this 2 ways. I can handle this the irresponsible way by saying Chance wasn't doing nothing inappropriate outside dancing with the young lady at Carnival. Or I could do it the mature way and go, this is how married men be caught up. I'm gonna go the ignorant route tonight. Yes. My man Chance was just at Carnival, just having a good time. Huh?
So here's my thing. This is all I'm going to say. I understand the culture. I understand the dancing and all of that. I have a good time. I think for me, it was the little slap
at the end.
Yeah. It was a little slap at the end. I said, "No, wait a minute now. That's a little bit too much for me. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, it's one thing to be leaning back, having your boys catch it. You know what I'm saying? We know the whole thing, Thizzle. You know, catch it. Can't let it go too far. You got to keep it control. But the slap,
I'll run it back for you, Robert. I'm gonna just run it back.
Slap, guys. Watch his hand.
Give me that, give me. Hey, girl, you look so fine. Then, girl, done the chat, bend your back and wine. Yeah, come for that. Give me that one time. Yeah, give me that, girl, give me. Hey, girl, you look so fine.
Now, did you peep her face at the end? The eyes? Did you catch that, or I need to run?
Did not catch the eyes, actually.
Listen, pay attention.
Give me that, girl, give me. Hey, girl, you look so fine. Then, girl, done the chat, bend your back and wine. Yeah, come for that. Give me that one time. Yeah, give me that, girl, give me. Hey, girl, you look so fine. Then,
I did see that.
Count that. Okay,
But what do you think that is? What do you think that is, Q?
So
it's not anything.
Ash.
Okay. I was gonna let him finish. If you want to go ahead, go.
My girlfriend's talking.
I'll say this. Okay. One, it's Carnival. I'm understanding. Like, let's have a good time. It's the culture. I completely get it. You know, I mean, these beautiful women are out there and they are showing what God gave them, or the plastic surgeon. Now
we're following you. We're together.
Rum punches. I'm in. I might cheer you on while you getting it. Like, hey. I might be, but the tap tap, because you already got the stick on her behind. So I think I'm being quite
And her behind is actually bare.
And it's out. You know what I'm saying?
Out because that's the culture. And that's fine.
So why are we what is the tap tap? What's that? Because she already did a preview of what I got at home, and I'm being cool.
Okay.
You know, so it was the tap tap. I don't know if I would have I'll say this,
no.
Listen, there was once upon a time where Scott and I were out, and somebody caught his eye, and I could just tell by the twinkle in his eye that was his type. Right? He's human. We are very open with our dialogue and our communication with one another. We have a lot of conversations that are awkward and uncomfortable. So I wait till the young lady walks away, and I'm like, "Hey, that's your type?" And he was so thrown off by my question that evening. That joker, he looked so paranoid. He looked so awkward the rest of the night. That, you know what I mean? It was like he wasn't even gonna interact with the lady no more. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm like, if you feel comfortable getting all the looks and doing all of the things, I see you. You do know that I'm here. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
You do know that I'm here.
Right.
And I'm watching. So if you would not, because I'm like this, if I had been out there, because the men be out there looking just as nice and scrumptious
and the men be picking the women up.
Okay. They be dirty wine too. Okay.
Here we go. See, I am flat 15. Flag on the play. There's an entire difference from what chance was that tap.
You are the only participant in the conference.
To a man daggering your woman. That's fighting grounds. That's not. We've taken it to a whole nother level.
Hold on, wait a minute. DJ, say it one more time. Can you say it for the people in the back one more time? We gotta hear the distinction. Go ahead. One more time.
There was the tap tap.
All participants are muted.
Sorry, go ahead.
The tap tap is what goes on in the strip club. But if you go to the strip club with your man and you do a little tap tap, you're not gonna say nothing.
Okay.
You're not gonna say nothing. So Chance doing that right now, it's the same equivalent.
Okay.
He just tap tap. A whole man put his two hands on my woman's cheeks and daggering her. No. That's fighting.
That's too far.
That's way too far. Now, if Chance had her in the air, that's entirely different.
Okay.
There are levels.
You're equating this to the
Robin, real quick, sis. I'm sorry, it's about to tear me up. So I want to use the example that you gave. You gave the strip club.
She took her glasses off, y'all.
Right. So at a strip club, a male strip club, because at the male strip club, they pick up the women,
pick them up.
They position them on their face.
Magic Mike, if you haven't seen it.
Or you guys can watch all the Queen's Men on BET Plus if you got it. They bend them over doggy style. There are some yoga poses that are happening in the strip club. Is that with your theory that you gave? Because Robin, did I hear him correctly? Sis?
Yes, ma'am. You did. You did hear my client.
Yes. That you gave. What would be the problem?
That's a whole problem.
How?
Again, tap. Does not mean put a rod on my girl's face. No. What are we talking about here?
So wait.
It's what happens in the strip club. So we have
tap.
No, see. We don't want to go with what happens in the strip club. And in the strip club, he just simply picks up a lady and he may
in the strip club.
It's just a boom boom. That's all.
Picking up a woman is entirely different than slapping her on her butt twice.
Okay, pause.
That isn't that.
I have a question. Would you be okay if a woman, like your woman, gets her behind slapped at the strip at a male strip club? Okay, see now you got a double standard. Because I tried to help you. I tried to help you, but you're not taking it. You're not taking it.
Hold on, wait a minute, hold on. You said my woman. You said my woman. My woman don't have to answer to nobody else but me. Okay. I'm not out here going tap tap on nothing.
Okay.
All right.
That's cool. That's fine. Now take my out. Same generalistic.
Help your bro out, babe. Come on, help him out. Come on, help him out. Give him a lifeline.
Ain't no throwing in no towel. It's two different scenarios, and they know this. No one, a dude picking up your woman is entirely different from slapping her twice on the cheeks. That's no problem with me. But I do it? No, that's just me.
Okay. I respect that you don't do that because that's a bit much. I just think that even if we're talking generally, which we can say the same thing. If his wife ain't got no problem with it, then we have nothing to say. Baby, because she probably was the one recording. Because who holding the camera? I don't know. But at the end of the day, it's just...
Oh, look, Robin, your boy has entered the chat.
There you come.
You coming, babe? It's not working. It's not working.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Can y'all hear him? Say something.
Robert,
they can.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What y'all not gonna do? Okay.
Come on, brother.
Come
on down. Look, let me cross my leg first, Scotty. Hold on.
It ain't gonna be no 2v1. That's what it's not about to be, okay? That's what it's not about to be. Y'all literally went 3D on my man.
He asked to be on this show. He knew. He knew the risk. He knew the risk. Come on now.
That's number one. Number two.
Go ahead.
I feel like we're getting into a lot of nuances, right? If you're talking about what is accepted and appropriate, each relationship is going to allow different things, right? Like Derek said, my woman, my girl, him, they might not do that, right? I don't think even the taps. I really don't think the taps are a big deal, if I'm being totally honest, right? I think where it goes to like piping and picking girls up and stuff like that, I couldn't get mad if we're talking because I look at it culturally. So if we're in Carnival and we're doing as Romans do, as like you just gotta ride with it. Now, if we back in the States, none of this is allowed.
None of this is allowed. I'm grinding on at Carnival. That's fine.
It's Carnival. We all trying to have a good time.
Okay.
You know, hold on, bro. Wait, hold on. In fairness, now as a man, we was just last week. What was his name? Paul sitting there trapped in prison with his wife. My wife, if she's it's a difference if it's my girlfriend. My wife cannot. It's different for me. My wife, it's like going down. I don't get Carnival. I don't get down the street. Nowhere. Nah, bro. Guns come out. Guns are gonna come out.
He said 10 toes down.
Like,
period.
I think there has to be like the thing. It's either this. It's either we all can do it or nobody's doing it. That's
nobody can do it.
So the question is for you, babe, personally.
I don't have an issue with it.
Okay.
If we're in Brazil in Carnival, I do not have a problem with it, right?
Is it the location, Scotty, or just Carnival in general? Because you know they got Carnival in the States now.
They got Carnival in the States.
It ain't the same. It ain't.
I'm like, he ain't been to it. They out there.
We not there. That's not. I'm not. It's Brazil Carnival. Okay, if they not pronouncing it like Carnival, it ain't the same. Because you know America, Carnival, It's not the same. It's not the same. No, it ain't the same.
Okay.
It ain't the same.
But you know, some of those people have moved to the States and they are part of whatever is in that city that they live in. So it's still part of their culture.
Not my blinky on the dresser, Nika.
Wait, what? See, wait a minute. Ain't that your man's?
Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You know it is.
Oh,
he said, I don't know New Orleans language.
You see that?
Her blicky means.
See the accent? You see the accent is
Don't pay no attention to me from Florida. Don't pay attention to you.
I'm just saying.
No, I gotta tell y'all no on that one. On the Mardi Gras, nah, that's a different beast.
Listen, you see how we spelled it though? Ain't no accent. That's
American.
for
sure. And you're right. You're right. That's a wannabe.
I just want to be very clear.
You want to be clear?
I just want to be very clear.
Okay.
Now, listen. Let me ask you. Since we going in space,
Lord.
If we in Mardi Gras, right, and your girl show her boobs, is that a problem?
Absolutely.
For me, yes.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Answer
Absolutely.
the question.
I don't care.
Mm-mm.
For me, yeah, because it. I guess from my perspective, I don't do that, so I don't expect you to do it.
Right.
Now it's different grades because I'm a man. I just can't go out and just put the shit out on the street. I just can't do that. But
But you also know what the difference is too for that particular like analogy is that's not culture. Some white people thought that stuff was funny and that's how they got, to doing it. But it's different because our culture, if we were to compare the two, is like the whole rump shaking, ass twerking on every bounce song possible. You gonna take a religious song and you can make it bounce song, and people gonna dance to it, and gonna shake their ass to it, and that's actually culture. Like no one deems that as disrespectful. Nobody deems that as like, oh, that's taboo in a situation like that. But I feel like it comes down to when you are putting yourself in a position that's like almost it makes it look like you are being disrespectful, even if your intentions are not disrespectful. I feel like sometimes you got to take consideration of what that looks like too. Like regardless of what he was trying to do, if he was really just like, oh, I'm dancing, I'm having a good time in Jamaica, but also understand like the perception of it, I feel like is sometimes key too. Cause like you don't want to be making your significant other look like a jackass because of what you doing. So even if your intentions is good and pure. So I think that's also like important to kind of consider. Like again, Chance the Rapper, I mean, him dancing with the girl was fine. It was just the two slaps. I'm like, that's
the top. No, that's what I'm saying. Top goes on at the strip club. But why is it?
But they not at a strip club though. So does that matter? Like, is that the same? Is that what you're saying? Like the culture is the same from like carnival?
But virtually the same. It's not like he took a full whole chunk and grabbed. He just.
But I also feel like he should have some money if he's gonna do that. If it's gonna be like the strip club, because don't do it for free.
I mean, so that means you wouldn't allow your dude to go to a strip club if he's getting lap dances. What's the difference?
No, I never said that. I said that in this particular moment, this was too much because I didn't think that that's part of the culture. No, and y'all are comparing the culture of this and strip clubs. So if y'all are saying that, then yeah, I would be more inclined to be like, oh, okay, well, that's what they do. So that's what they do. But in strip clubs, again, you're going to be slapping ass with money. You're not going to be doing that just with the ass.
If you're a real G, you don't have to throw no money. Let me just say that. That's just number one.
Well, I don't know nothing about that. Y'all teaching me something.
Yeah, I mean, to me, what's the difference, right? Like, if she's shaking his ass, if she's shaking her ass on his dick in public, and a guy goes to a strip club and she's shaking her ass on his dick inside of a club, what is the difference other than it being Chance the Rapper in a public situation?
Right. That's why I'm on Chance's side on this.
And you're right. And that's why I said in certain situations, just like I mentioned before, it's sometimes the perception of it that is just as important than the act itself. Because you're still representing your spouse, your significant other, whomever, when you out in public doing things that could be perceived as wrong. And we are the perception. We are the people that's making the comments about the actions, not him and not his wife at this point.
I'll say.
Well, yeah, it matters what you do in public. Even if you, again, your intention may be pure and good. You may have called your wife, "Hey, boo, I'm about to go out here and do this. You cool? Yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool." But you still doing it. And it's like, hey, yo, there. I feel like there's still a certain line that's crossed. Strip clubs is not out in the open. You still are seclusive in that area because it's a safe space for women. So that's different, bro.
So as long as it's not done in public.
Go ahead, Robin.
Akila, you can take that one.
I'll say this, right? Maybe that conversation was had, and maybe him and his wife are cool with it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how the public attacks his wife because they're married and they're linked up, like that pain or that pressure of being in the public spotlight, I don't see the consideration and the care in that. Because is she, your daughters are gonna, that's my thing. Like, you have children, you have daughters who like, well, mommy, you're okay. So daddy, I can, so you can just dance with anybody, dad? And what are you going to be like? Oh yeah, heirs. Yeah. I can. Okay. So now she grows up with that perception. Because again, we're in a generation and in a time where the clips keep going. Northwest, I'm sure, has seen Kim Kardashian's tape with Ray J at this point in time. Now, we black. We're not the Kardashians. But, what does that explanation look like? And it may be cool because we're grown or whatever, but you don't just answer to yourself.
Right.
If you're at Carnival, if you're being seen, you're not answering just to yourself. Where is the level of respect? And that's where I feel like the private and public matters, because you have to answer to other people. You can be like, oh, I'm grown. Yeah, that's fine. You grown with kids, though. A lot of people like to talk about it, but we're of the generation where we now explain ourselves to our children because we want them to have the understanding, the choice to choose, and he's not. I don't see where he's protecting his wife, where he's covering. I respect Derek for taking his stance. Like, as for my woman, no, you know what I mean? I respect you because I'm like, Scott is just of the I don't care because his ego is, what I mean, that's your thing. They ain't got nothing to do with me.
Ain't got nothing to do with me.
How he is now. I understand that, but here's my thing. I know that if I was out doing something and it got back and it affected the off-script brand, would you? Okay. So that's all I got to say. If you saw me out there and it's tapping and we're in Brazil at Carnival, now is it not a problem?
If it's with somebody else, yes. If it's with me,
no, babe, no.
I get what you're saying.
With somebody else, so we're not gonna say you.
I get you. Yeah, you're right.
Because we've had them talks. Because as soon as one of y'all subscribers be like, "Hey, yo, Scotty, we saw Key out there twerking." You know what he gonna do? You listen. Let me show y'all his demonstration. His fingers get to pointing. So that's what we doing.
And you know they're gonna be trying to be real calm, real smooth, like they're not mad.
He'd be like, so you thought that was cool? You thought that is cool?
Right.
Yo, it's basketball in Pelican Bay. Absolutely.
That's what I mean. So he can sit there and tell y'all that, oh, I mean, I don't care. We in Brazil. Let my tail be in Brazil in a thong, twerking it up on Ramon. And let one of y'all be like, oh, Scott, I didn't know y'all get down like that.
There it is. Even if you have already had a conversation with him too, it's still at that point, it doesn't even matter.
And it's not him. So now he got to answer to his mama. Now I'm making him look back to the people at the church. Now the vows that, listen. So now Derek, like, bro, I don't know if I would have did that. So he can sit there and take that stance if he want to. But the fact of the matter is, as soon as it affects something that makes you look less than, you gonna have
a y'all gotta take that into consideration.
That's I'm Denzel from Training Day in a second. You motherfuckers will be playing basketball in Pelican Bay, right? I'm like that whole thing. So if I see that, I'm gonna lose it.
And that's fair.
And there it is. And that's all I got to say with that. Because I'm not going to set myself. I told him straight up, I don't like to share. I can't be a part of those things because as soon as I hear a different, we got a problem.
Right.
I don't like to share. You breathing different. I get real technical. Right. I'm like, you don't even breathe. You breathe for 8 seconds. I know. I watch you.
Normally it's 15. Why are you breathing so fast?
Hell, for 2 seconds now. I don't have the listen, and I know my limitations. And I'm like, you try me if you want to. I got videos, Ninja, of you. I will go there. Okay. So it's best that we keep our dirty whining up in this okay, privately. Okay.
Y'all's home.
No, ain't no listen. I ain't no gray area. No, I'm real black and white.
Keep it all in house.
That's it.
All in house.
That's it. I don't play. I'm like, you play with the radio. You don't play with me. You play with the radio. Figure it out. You don't play with me. I am not the 1, the 2, or the 3. Okay, you do not play with this one over here. Okay,
that's it.
All right.
Okay, real quick before I get up out of here. All right, and if anybody call lines are open 518-263-8124 518-263-8124. I want to talk about you're gonna block Robin when you put the banner up. Oh no, you know you can. Okay. Anyway, I want to talk about that story, right? Of what happened with the young lady at the event. So listen, the lady came over and she asked me what would I like to drink. Right? She asked me what I would like to drink. And I said, no, she said, hey, my name is such and such or whatever. You know, what would you like to drink? And I said, what's your name again? And she said, my name is Angelica, right? She said, my name is Angelica. I'm just making up a name. She said, my name was Angelica. I said, okay, yeah, Angelica, I would like a Sprite, right? So I didn't understand. I really didn't notice how observant Key is. Like that girl is like a hawk, okay? So the girl walks away and she's like, is that your type? And I'm like, huh, what? Like, I'm like, what did I do? Like, I'm now trying to like replay in my mind. Did I do anything? Did I extend my, like, you know, did I look too long? You know what I'm saying?
You was breathing different.
You know, I was like,
I'm gonna give y'all the real story.
I was like, yeah, like if I was to date somebody, I would date her. She's like, oh, yeah, I thought that was. But you give your.
I'm gonna give the story because it even caught him off guard, so that's why the recollection is a little iffy. This is what happened. We were in Mississippi, and I had went and got a daiquiri. Okay, I waited a very long time. Her customer service was absolutely horrendous. Now, at this time, Scott and I have been to plenty of restaurants, and in our restaurant dealings, he never asks the waitress or the waiter to repeat their names. Okay, so she takes our order. His Sprite tastes like seltzer water. Now, if anybody knows Derek, and tell me if I'm lying. If anybody knows Scott with that Sprite, it better be crisp.
Yeah.
Better, and that syrup better be flowing. Derek, am I lying?
McDonald's Sprite. That's the one that gets you.
Yeah, all right. My man Sprite has got to be absolute. All right.
That's it. That's all I want. Yes, okay. So he's very particular about his Sprite. The Sprite he was like, babe, taste this. I'm like, oh no, that's all wrong. It's all good. So I'm like, that's interesting. So the lady comes back over and he's like, what'd you say your name was again? Angelica. All right, Angelica. So I watch her walk away. I see her taking everybody else's order. Our order is wrong. He didn't get his refill on his Sprite. And now this joker's like, you know what you got? Like a Coke? Yeah, I'll take a Coke. Coke was flat. So I'm sitting there like, wow. Music is popping. And she's like around talking to her girls, right? So I'm like, wow, your waitress skills are like just not it.
Oh, Lord.
So the conversation, we were in a lounge, you know, but we do have pretty good conversation when we go out to eat. That conversation was not happening whatsoever. So I was like, that's interesting. I waited till right before I started breaking the food. And I said, hey, babe, I said, that's your type? And he did stumble like huh, what? Yeah, huh, what? You know, and I said, is Angelica your type? What I do? What was I doing? Like, look, what made you ask that? I said, I kind of know, and I told him this. My rule is this: if I ever bring something to your attention, I got 3 examples.
Yeah.
Always, of something that you done did before I bring it to your attention. I said, 1, you asked her for her name. You never do that. 2, your Sprite was bad. You didn't even make a fuss about that. 3, your food is nasty. You didn't even send it back. You always send it back. You're too vocal for that. So now, the rest of the night, brother man is sitting there like this. Music is going. She come over to the table. You guys want your check?
Why you sound like that?
Because she is country. We was in Mississippi. You want your check? Yeah, yeah, thank you. Yeah, we'll take the check. So he sitting there looking at me. Paranoid. Straight paranoid. We walk out. I'm like, you good? He said, yeah, I mean, you mad? Did I do something? Because I'm just trying to figure out, like, what made you ask me that? I said, because your whole countenance had changed. Well, like if I wasn't with you,
I just
then
that
would be the type of female that I would approach. What he get when me get to doing the the technicality. I say, yeah, your butt is busted.
He said zoom 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 zoom.
And
wow.
It wasn't even her yam. She wasn't shaped up like that, but she was just very pretty. She was just very pretty. She
I'm
was
a
just
face guy.
Yeah, he's a face guy. So that's what it was. And that's what I paid attention. Go ahead, Derek. Go ahead and defend him. You about to make me shut down the stream. Go ahead.
He said we about to log out.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you.
First of all, first, you are giving me cause for concern tonight, sis. I won't even hold you. So let me get this right. Because my good brother asked a soldier
log off.
What her name was twice. We got look at him crazy. This is what we doing. It's 2023. I can ask
solely based off of the name calling. Did I not give 3 other examples and you want to harp on the one?
I'm gonna get there.
Brother.
He said that was his issue 1.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
That's issue 1. Cool. So because he decided not to flip out about his Sprite, and we all know my brother loves his Sprite. So what? He let it go. You know what? I'm not finna fight about the Sprite tonight. All right, cool. Gone. Food. 3. You know what? Kitchen. All right. You know what? It's a bad night. I'm just, babe, you good? Your food good? This is what we doing? This is what we are doing. Really? You better than this, sis. Come on.
No, see now, it's okay, Key. I got you.
Okay. Go
Hold up. This is what the chick in the second video was doing.
Oh wow.
Oh. Say, we not at the Capitol Grill. My good brother. Singing in, he cooked a steak for her. Just out the kindness of his heart. He told I'm out on the night with my babe. I'm not gonna do enough. I ain't gonna flip out my Sprite. I'm not gonna flip out nothing else. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. Angelica? Okay, cool. Thank you so much. And then we got a question intent off that? Come on.
Okay.
That's fair.
Okay.
Go ahead, Robert.
Key,
I'm about to.
Come on.
Mr. Derek and Mr. Scott, I'm gonna have to gather you all both together collectively for my client here, okay? Because I don't know. Yeah, look, I'm about to be a 2L. Okay,
Go ahead,
second year law school. That means I got some power. I got some books, some knowledge behind what I'm about to say. Listen, I don't think y'all were really hearing my sister very clearly, because I do remember, Akila, you did say that was out of the norm for what Scotty to do, to re-ask someone's aim, right? He normally does not do that. So what does that tell you, folks? That tells you that he's doing something he doesn't normally do. This is
breaking laws.
He normally does, because if he normally does it, it wouldn't have been a problem.
Are we breaking laws?
Counselor Derek, she did not interrupt your statement.
At all.
Objection.
No, sir. No, sir. You had your
shame, baby. It's overruled. Number 2. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Number 2, right? We're not going to act like my good sis was acting any remotely way, the way that the young lady was acting, because let's be clear. When Akila had brought in the 3 examples that she so eloquently did, and probably did it with grace, flavor, if you will, right? She was letting him know that, hey, bro, I peep what you got going on. Now, this is me. I wasn't at the table, but I do believe that neither one of them actually said that she got loud, that she became disrespectful, that she pointed out his flaws and made an example out of him. No. What my good sis did was just, in fact, actually just say, hey, man, I see, right? I'm letting you know you ain't the only one that saw how beautiful she was. I saw it too. That's how I know. That must have been your type. Why? Because she said it. I know what his type is. It didn't take but 2 seconds for her to be like, that's strike number 1, 2, and 3. Come on now. You're not about to do my sis like she was acting out of character. If anything, she was consistent. It was my brother over here. Sorry, brother, but you know, you did some things that was a red flag, and my girl had to gather you. Okay, so let's not act like she was anything like that lady. Okay, because that lady, she didn't know what to do. She knew what kind of man she had, and she said, "Keela said, baby,
let me
not over here."
Let me self, first of all,
better recognize.
What is it called, counselor, when you self-represented? I like to self-represent myself as a real.
You said it good, friend. There it is. Self-represent.
I like to self-represent myself. A little law and order. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I will say this, right? I didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Okay, Plymouth Rock landed on me.
Jesus, that's all I'm trying to say.
I just want to say that that's 1. Right. 2, right? The mere fact that I did not approach, I didn't say anything. I didn't stare. I did not stare. Right? I did not stare. Anytime I spoke to her, it was when she was coming to the table. That is it. So what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to talk to you like this? Yeah, can you give me a daiquiri over there, please? And can you give me a Sprite? I gotta look at you. That's just what it is. But I never, like when she walked, I went like this. All right. So
if I may, how would you know what you were doing when you don't even pay attention to yourself like that, Abrion?
I know I don't stare.
Abrion, you were let me tell you what
you said it.
Let me tell you what you did, babe. And let me add this. This was not a case of me being jealous. We have again, as I said, we have open and honest conversations all the time. I'm there. I pay attention to everything. I pay attention to the kids the same way. Okay. So this is what it was. Let's say that the lady is over this way. When she came over, of course you have to make eye contact. It's a person interaction. It would be rude. Mm-hmm. This is what he did. He's talking to some friends because we had people there.
Mr. Campbell.
This was the night that we met Mr. Campbell. Mr. Campbell was there. He's doing this. The lady goes to the corner and he moves in his direction, glances, and he's back. And she glances and he's back. And so what I had noticed, and here's the thing, I was just seeing if he was if I take a picture, if I'm doing something, normally he does something like this to see what I'm doing in my phone. Brother man, It was nothing. And I was cool with that. I just peeped that was your type. And it probably just would have been a conversation had he not acted so awkward and like a kid that got caught eating cookies that you're not supposed to be eating. There, your closing statement is finished. You okay? I will mute you. Okay.
He said, "I got the power." She would shut this air show down.
Move you so quick from this stream. Okay. Try me.
Achilles said, and I
and so with that being said, for him, I was just because listen, he is a reformed hoe. Okay. I wanted to let you, and he has said that. He has admitted that. If you watch his channel, Scott has called himself that. I'm not holding him to anything. It's merely this. If I would have allowed that behavior or that occurrence to go unnoticed, well, now you need to be aware of who you're dating. You're dating somebody who pays attention.
Yeah.
So handle there. What you got to say?
Can the council come back into the court, please?
Go ahead, Ben.
Depends. Well, we in my now. What you got to say?
In defense of my client over here.
Of course. Because it was in defense of nothing else. Go ahead.
It's clearly not offense.
It's not. Go ahead.
There was no interactions. He was not thinking about her. So you saying this is something that you need to act on and check now. There was nothing there.
That's not what I said.
No, that's not what she said.
What did you say?
I said that you need to be aware that I pay attention.
Correct.
Okay, but you're paying attention to air at that point because you're paying attention to air because she's not a thought in his mind.
Well, if he wouldn't have validated the fact that was his, I'm gonna tell you how. Let me tell you how I'm about to bust that bubble. When the man said, "Yes, that would be my type," and if you were not here, I would have approached her. That was all the validation and my observation that I needed, sir. Go ahead.
Mom, I can't do it, but do it.
Hold on, wait, hold on. Not here as in a relationship, or not here as just not here, because there are two differences.
You said
that not here as in traveling, or not here as in we're not dating.
Right. So with this one here, at that point in time, the two are one and the same.
No.
Babe, am I lying?
No.
Listen,
you're exaggerating. You're exaggerating.
Let me say this. Okay, let me say this.
Go ahead.
If Key was not there on the, first of all, the reason why in the beginning I made sure I took Key everywhere because I was still in that rough stage of still trying to be faithful. Let's call it what it is.
Thank you.
Right, but if she wasn't there, I kind of somewhat agree that I would have talked to her a lot more. I would have had a conversation with her, but that's about as far as it probably would have went.
Depending on how fast she would, because if she would have threw the joke of the draws,
no,
to the hotel or going to hers. But go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Are you arguing with your client right now? I just want to know.
No, I'm defending my client's point because he is right. Because there's nothing wrong with conversation.
Come on.
There's nothing wrong. I'm going to converse. If I'm out with my boys and we have a female server, we're going to converse with her.
But who said what he did was wrong? At what point did
no.
any of us say anything that what he did was wrong versus what was observed?
No one is saying what he did was wrong. But what I'm saying is in terms of the mindset of what you're observing. Nah, you're not observing the right actions at that point.
I'm gonna step aside because I don't want to take over your show. You guys are doing great. And
we're gonna wrap it up, but we do have a caller. One of his. I doubt it. Hello, caller. You are live. Welcome to Girls Need Girls.
Yes, this is news reporter Carlton Gumble. How are you doing today?
I am well, Carlton. How are you, sir?
I am doing okay. I'm actually coming with an article on this case, and I'm seeing something here. The word that comes to mind is something called entrapment. And this is what they mean by the term entrapment. He was taken somewhere. You took a quote unquote, I think the term was referred hoe, to a target rich environment in which there are going to be temptations there. If the gentleman is being asked what you would do in a certain situation, if he says he would do nothing, he would be accused of lying. But because he was honest and said what he would do, he is in trouble for this. So is this a situation of entrapment in which he was wrong no matter what? Or is this a case of him being comfortable with you and admitting to you what he would honestly say because he cares about you and trusts you and loves you and everything else that goes with that?
Well, I will say this, Mr. Gumbel. So in the case of the client, let's start with the facts. The client took me to the environment. I did not bring him there. We were only there because the client decided to go there because he wanted to interact with said dangerous environment. The client is aware that some young ladies are of a certain temptation to himself. So I would say that there was an act of carelessness on said client. Had it been me, I am aware of my own temptations and I am very selective about putting myself in those kinds of circumstances. So I just want you to add that in your report.
I'll also add to this to my report as well. The only one to add to is the fact that he did take you. He also took you the fact that he probably wanted to welcome you and bring you around his environment.
So the client
maybe
is
the
saying
fact that he trusts you.
Yes, he does. He does trust me as he should because I have his best interest at heart. Now the client.
So if he.
No, it was Scott that changed my countenance, y'all. I'm sorry. He was talking. Go ahead.
So if the client trusts you, if the client wants to bring you around his people, then he's bringing you. That means he is there with you and not interested in any other. I think the term will be used is jump offs. I think that's a suitable term that will be used right here. He is interested in you or interested in the client and not in any of the, I think the term is other pigeons that will be used. So I just think that before we want to convict someone, we make sure that all the facts are out there in terms of, is he being set up to fail and is entrapment taking place? Anyway, that is all I have today.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Gumbel. Robin, I see your face, sis. If you would like to respond, please proceed.
I just wanted to know how did we get to him being the victim?
Okay.
I was trying to calculate in my mind how we got to him in a situation that almost is like, oh, you're supposed to trust him, love him, be loyal to him and his ways and his behaviors, and all of those things are just a testimony to say, hey, I'm honest with you and I love you and it's okay. How did we get there? Because that wasn't even the topic of discussion.
Here we go.
That wasn't even there.
Like Gumbo said, I was brought into the situation, right?
Akila, take him out. Right now.
I was brought into the situation, okay? It was entrapment by all means, all right? Entrapment by all means. I was brought into the situation. I do not go to daiquiri shops because why? Why don't I go to daiquiri shops?
Okay.
No. Answer the question. Why do I not go to daiquiri shops?
One reason would be that you don't drink.
I don't drink. So I would have had no reason.
That's not true.
To be at the daiquiri shop if said young lady was not wanting to go.
We were invited by another party called The Real Review to downtown. Were we not invited by him? Okay. To the daiquiri bar. We didn't want to go by the college, by Jackson State, because that was a little hood. They said, well, there's a few spots here jumping off and we can get y'all in. They said, daiquiri, I don't care about football. Key likes to have a libation. He can get a Sprite anywhere. Okay. And so, yeah, we'll pull up. It's a new spot. They said that they knew the owner. and could get us in without paying. That was a lie, okay? Because we had to take care of the bill. After that, we went to another establishment where we did get the Sprites for free. But he did not drag us to said daiquiri bar. We were invited. And when posed with the question of would I go, of course I'm going to go.
So as the gentleman that I am, I oblige even though I do not drink.
He obliged because if y'all know Scotty, y'all invite him to tailgates. Y'all drink at the tailgates, but you gonna attend. Why? Free food and free Sprites. Although they also have alcohol. Are you going to reject it because they have alcohol? No, exactly. So there was food there. There, you done talking, brother. There was food there. And there was Sprite that was supposed to be refreshed. Now, let me say this. How this has turned into a trial, okay, between the two of us is beyond me. But let me clear this up. This was
Close us out, boo. Close us out.
Right. This was an observation of how if you discuss those expectations early and set each other up and have that clear communication, there is no room for division.
Period.
Okay. Where was the division?
Oh no, she's just saying. She's just saying.
Yeah, we not divided over here. We have.
No, I know, I get it, but I'm just talking about in that scenario. Where was the division?
Well, I know Mr. Gumble and your argument
entrapment
would say that I had put because what did you say? I can't believe I'm questioning some things.
Correct.
Counselor Robin, is that how he opened up his statement?
That's actually how he did. Yes, I do remember.
Okay, so it would appear that you had the intention, of causing a pause in his decision making of his wife.
Mm-hmm.
To me.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it came. That's the perception.
All I'm doing is questioning. All I'm doing is questioning the interpretations. That's all I'm doing.
Well, here at Girls Need Girls, we run this
all day, every day,
all day, and we, as you stated earlier, this is an environment of logic, of sound discussion. And we're going to maintain that here. Although we appreciate you volunteering as tribute for the male party. And I knew that you weren't going to be by yourself because, Brody here is going to ride.
I'm just saying, as a defender of Offspring Media Group, this would be a liability. I'm just saying. This.
I guess you need to talk to your client offline. Okay,
correct. Because y'all got to get y'all stories together.
that needs to happen, counsel. But as for this, my observations are going to remain. Sounds like no, he admitted that was a self-admission.
No, yeah, he admitted to guilt. He gave a confession willingly and voluntarily. Thank you.
But with new evidence brought into the trial of entrapment, that is a hung jury. You can't tell me that's not a hung jury.
Body,
no, honey, that's not how that works.
New evidence.
Okay. Listen, I'm so glad that this is not Judge Jethro. Okay. Smoke. Okay, because we know what that jury would look like. However, I will say I am so glad. Look, we done reached 40 people here tonight. Okay. All right, y'all were here for the shenanigans. We had a little late night show. We had our first male guest, Mr. Derek DJ James, who has joined us, who has graciously defended his brethren.
You did
even
well.
Even until it didn't even make any sense. Exactly why he is the best man, because as y'all see, he is gonna have his best friends back. Okay, and that's how you supposed to ride for your people. I'm glad I have my ladies. I'm not worried. Robin is gonna have my back, and she gonna get it together. We got Paris, we got Kendra, we got Miss Glenn, we got Mama Body. Okay, because around here the ladies ride strong.
Look,
you know what I'm saying. Just as a little reminder, we will be doing a raffle for wedding tickets. We have 5. Those 5 do allow for a +1. They are going at $100. Okay, we have had a hashtag winner. Shout out to the Room to Grow. She DM me, and our wedding hashtag is Scotty's Heart has a key. That's me. Okay. And Robin, thank you for sacrificing through your banquet, making it here, joining.
Girl, I had to come do my Sunday talk, baby. It balances me out for the week.
Okay. First come, first serve. The boss man said first come, first serve. Okay, no raffle. To each of you who have joined, ladies, men, whatever, thank you. We appreciate you. I hope your week is amazing. I don't know when Derek is going to be back.
I'll be in the chat. All the time.
You'll always be in the chat.
I'll always be in the chat. I'll be in the chat every Sunday.
The chat. But y'all know Scotty gonna pop his head right up in here on this show. Now we will have another show for the fellas. If you will like, and Derek, if you want to invite a guy to come so it's balanced.
Yeah, so we won't feel
listen, I'm for the 4 of us doing a little segment together. I'm all for it because it needs to be.
He's so biased. I can't. Shout out to Nico, to Robin's Bay. Okay. All right. So listen. See your boy.
Now, why would you say that? You could have texted him.
No. He right. I gotta come correct. As you can see, I can get it. I can get the work in the comments too. I'm all for it.
Do you see this, people? And after we're married, we'll have a story time for these two. And I will make sure that I am joined by the second witness of the interaction.
Yeah.
I will make sure that her schedule permits so that we can make sure that Key is not adding or taking away any facts. I would not want to do that. Robin, what you have coming up this week?
Our finals, guys. Finals starts on Friday, y'all. So keep me in your prayers.
Hey, prayers up for finals.
Yes, ma'am.
What you got going for you, sir?
School and work all week.
School and work.
Q, what you got?
Listen, I got parenting and work.
There it is.
I feel like that's it. Yeah. Well, I do have a little wedding thing. My dress is getting made this Saturday. So
yes.
Oh yeah, we right. Only one like. I know them likes better be up when I look at them. I'll play that.
Get them up.
Get the likes up because I'll crash every show. Okay. Time through this computer every chance I get them likes up. But yes, we are praying for Robin for her finals.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Okay, for success. Because we got Esquire over here at Off Script Media Group with zero abilities between Esquire.
I'm ready. That was some good practice from across some examinations now.
Okay.
You gotta be quick on your toes. You never know.
Hey, I don't know what you talking about. Oh, TG, he here. That's it. Get them lights up. That's my dude. He's the deputy of the police. Okay, and we would just Off Script would not be the same without OTG. That's one of my faves. So without further ado, sorry, Scotty's comment made me choke. There, it's your boy. Everybody, y'all have a blessed evening. Okay. Treat somebody well. Okay, be a little bit nicer. Pray for somebody. You know what I mean? But a smile changes a day. It can change how somebody is feeling. And just in case nobody has told you and you need to hear it, you are valued, you are loved. Here at and here at Off Script, we are praying that all of you all are living your best lives. With that being said, y'all have a good night. And I'll see y'all next Sunday.
Bye.